Welcome to NWA Connie Corsos podcast, where we talk all things dogs.
And they make me the underdog. I'm gonna show them all their own because I'm the champion. I'm the real champion. There'll never be one like me.
What's going on, family? Welcome back to the show. I'm your host, Joe of NWA Connie Corsos. If you haven't been here before, talk all things dogs. Lottie dottie, everybody from the rooter to the tutor. We're gonna get right into it. But first, Eternal Animal in the description. If you need any kind of pet products, look down in the description. We got you. All right. We have a young king of the South when it comes to the Rottweiler. I make sure I'm pronouncing that right. And his name is Brother Anthony Forte. What's going on, bro?
What's going on, Joe? How's it going, man?
Man, everything's good. Everything's good. Glad to have you back. This ain't your first appearance. I can't count how many times, but there's been several times you've been on here.
Yeah, we've been on here a couple times.
That's right. That's right. Man, a friend of mine, Javier Noriega, he told me, he said, Joe, if you want to know anything about the dogs, no matter what the breed, the number one people that know about the breeds, about the going on in the breed, the modern day stuff, that what's happening now, are the handlers. And you are a handler, and yes, you are a club president as well. Let's start out by telling the people just a little bit about yourself they hadn't mentioned before.
Anthony Forte, Rottweiler's Farmhouse Forte. I've been involved with Rotties. I got my first one when I was 4 years old. I've owned numerous since then. Got into breeding about 7 years ago. Well, started getting my own personal Rottweilers about 9 years ago. About 7 years ago, I decided, hey, let's give this breeding thing a try. And it went from wanting to breed to, hey, let me go show the dog that I produce, to now. I'm blessed to be able to handle dogs for people all over the United States. I train and board them as well. As well as, I continue to breed, too. Been a Rottweiler enthusiast forever. Growing up, I remember my grandparents had a dictionary. They had an encyclopedia collection. And anytime I went over there, I always went to the letter D, grabbed the D, and I literally just went in and looked at dogs. But the Rottie always caught my eye because, one, that's what I had seen, and there was just something about the Rottweiler, man, just how big they was, how powerful, how loyal, how courageous. I just fell in love with them. And from then on, I've owned many, I've shown many, I've produced many as well.
That's what's up. That's what's up, man. The Rottweiler world has been getting a lot of attention lately. You probably noticed. But I've been podcasting a while, right? But like you, I am a breeder, so I'm in the game. And so I kind of understand what I call the matrix, which is what we are in now, versus the real world, which you're full-time in dogs, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so it's differences in that, and it's differences in like breeders, right? Breeder types. Like, so you're into the Seger world. I mean, you're working dogs, you're traveling with dogs, you full-time dogs. You're not on the internet all the time. You don't have a lot of time to do that.
Now, when you put in the work, when you putting in the work, you don't have as much time to do all this content creating,
Right.
because you're putting in the groundwork.
You're
And
right.
it's hard. It's hard to do both of them.
Right. And I'm gonna say this. It's probably gonna offend somebody, but it don't matter. But it's true because I've said it so many times on the show. What you see a lot online is different than offline. The guys who are really significant in their breeds, it's a small amount that's on the line. You know what I mean?
Oh, facts.
Very
That's a
small
fact,
amount.
man. Some of the best breeders all over the world. If you really sit down, look at the best breeders in the world, look at pedigrees. Most of the best breeders in the world, most best handlers, trainers, all that, man, you don't see them on doing content every day,
Mm-hmm.
going live every day,
Mm-hmm.
doing a video for YouTube every day, because we're busy training every day. We're
Mm-hmm.
busy putting in the work with the dog every day. We're doing the behind the scene, as they call the behind the scenes stuff,
Right.
that really builds this breed, that really has the breed as to what it is today.
Right. So I wanted to, there's no shade on anybody, but I wanted people to know the difference in what's like, it's not the same.
No,
This last few weeks, all the Rottweiler people got lumped in together, and it's different sects of
and for
breeders.
me, and that's the issue, because we should all be working together to better
Mhm.
one breed. But we have so many people now that are like, oh, I'm in this lane, or I'm in that lane, or I'm in doing my. Man, at the end of the day, we should all be trying to better the breed. We should all see the standard, understand the standard, and try to better the breed. I feel like a lot of people use this, I'm in my own lane, or I'm doing my own thing. That's just an excuse to be lazy.
Mhm.
That's an excuse to not focus on the overall dog. That's an excuse not to do particular health tests or to work our dogs in any type of manner. At the end of the day, if we breed the Rottweiler, which is a uniform breed, we should all be essentially in the same lane,
Right.
working towards the same thing, which is building a better dog that can do anything. Because I feel like the Rottweiler can do anything.
Right.
If someone pull up to my door right now, you're gonna see or hear a Rottweiler. But if I also want to take it out in public, I can do that with it. If I want to have my 3-year-old here and the dog just mingling, I should be able to do that with it.
Right.
If it has the right mindset, character, and is upheld to the breed standard.
Right. So that's my point. That's going toward all this Rottweiler content lately. It ain't no beef because ain't nobody really in the same lane.
No, everybody just there's
Yeah.
there's a handful of people that are trying to do it, again, improve the breed, better the breed, and then there's
Right.
some people that are just wanting to produce what they consider is the best Rottweiler, or the ideal Rottweiler, and essentially it's only for profit.
Yeah.
They only in a particular lane. Oh, this is the new Rottweiler. This is what people are looking for.
The
The only
XL
reason,
Rottweiler, all this
yeah,
stuff.
all
Yeah.
all that
Mhm.
bullshit.
Right.
You're
Right.
just doing that as a selling tactic to try to sell dogs.
Right.
And man, Joe, I'll be honest with you. You want to know the funny part about it? A lot of these people that are constantly saying my dog's extreme, or I don't follow the standard, the dogs that they have and are produced are actually within the standard.
Let's get
They're
back.
within.
We're gonna go in the standard.
Oh yeah, we can do that.
And we're gonna go, it's gonna happen tonight, y'all. Because it's one thing to be in the game, currently in the game. You're how old are you?
I just turned 35 last week.
Oh God, bro. Boy, you got some big shoes to fill. You young, you still a young man. You a man. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to little guy you.
No,
I would
no,
never
no.
do
I
that.
understand.
But
Where you're coming from.
I'm saying like the crown is heavy when you're in rotation like you are. You out here handling dogs, you doing a lot of shows and things like that. Let's start here. For people that don't understand, I want to just go through a couple things. I want you to educate the audience on the club systems. but then we're going to get into the Texas Arkansas region. So the ADRK, what does the ADRK? What do they do?
That's essentially the governing body of the Rottweiler. That's the club where the Rottie originated over in Germany. And one thing about it, man, I love things and aspects about the ADRK. I love the system in which they're keeping a stud book. I love that they have actual requirements before you can breed. You have to do hips and elbows. You have to do JLPP. There's a breed warden over there. There is actually structure to the breeding program, and that's why the breed in Germany is a little bit more. It's more uniform. Everyone is essentially looking to produce the same thing, which is the complete Rottweiler, one that can work, one that can show, one that can be a family pet, one that can be a guardian as well.
Okay.
And yeah, that's where the biggest shows in the world are hosted. The club ADRK Club Seger, that's the biggest show in the world. And yeah, that's essentially what the ADRK is. They're like the governing body. They're like the grandfather.
The grandfather, the umbrella over
yes, sir.
The URKA, the USRC, and the RKNA. Is that right? It's like
yes, those are all independent clubs within the United States.
Okay.
They all operate separately, though, unfortunately.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the URKA, RKNA, USRC, ARC, AKC, they are all independent clubs within the United States. And they all essentially, they govern their clubs a little bit differently. Some of the same standards that they require their members to uphold are the same within all the clubs. But like, for me, this year, I actually competed in every one of those clubs. I'm one of the few handlers in the United States that competed in every single one of those clubs. And one thing I can say is it's just a little different. Like I can have a champion in URKA, and that champion, when I go to compete in an RKNA show, they don't recognize that champion. They don't acknowledge that dog as being a champion dog. So I have to put that dog in the open class. And vice versa. The same goes if a RKNA champion comes to an URKA show, the URKA doesn't acknowledge that, which in my opinion, it needs to change. We need unity in the United States because we have great dogs. All the bloodlines that's overseas in Germany, Serbia, Romania, Croatia, South Africa, all of those lines are right here.
That's crazy. Yeah. That's crazy. Yeah.
Like we got it all.
Right.
But instead of working together to try to improve the breed, everyone looks at the next guy as a competition. I don't want to say his name because I don't want to put no light on what he's trying to do. Or I don't want to help this. I don't want to let this guy that has a great female, I don't want to let him use my stud because his female is probably going to produce better females than mine. And I don't want them to be able to sell more puppies than me.
Right.
It's all things like that kind of
everything is pointing away. I notice everything is pointing away. And so I've been covering dogs 3 years, right? I know the patterns of dogs. I know I watched a video yesterday with Hans Alpine talking about why people go overseas, and basically just said what you said, is no unity. Because when I'm gonna tell you, no offense to anybody, you guys, whatever lines you running, whether it be from Corsos, Borbles, when I hear y'all talking about overseas, you know, it sound like it sound like this. I got to go to Germany to make Pappy happy. That's what it sounds like to me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's especially like with the German fanatics, I'll use that term.
Right.
Because they feel like ADRK is the end all be all, which I don't think that's necessarily true. I do love that they have a strict regime as far as who can breed dogs, what dogs can be bred, what dogs can be registered. I like how they keep everything very organized over there. That's something that I wish we had in America. But if you also look in a pedigree as well, you'll see the dogs that come from Serbia, Croatia, Romania, Bosnia. All of those dogs are having to be health tested as well. They're having the hips, elbows, JLPP. Again, there's a governing body over there. And for me personally, that's one of the reasons I liked getting dogs from over there, because I could actually pull up my dog's pedigree and I can look back and look at all the dogs. I can look at their show ratings. I can look at any kind of titles they have. But I can also look at health test scores. And that is what people fail to really pay attention to in America, is they're just trying to build the biggest dog with the biggest head, and they're not taking health in consideration. And that's why when you do get a dog from overseas, you're normally going to be able to see the health scores throughout its lineage to help you to make a better, to make a better formed decision as to what bloodlines that you want to run in your kennel. Where over in America, there's no, anybody can breed a Rottweiler and register with the AKC without health testing, doing anything.
Right.
And that's where I feel like it gets more watered down over here, especially in the health aspect.
Yeah, yeah. Because you say watered down. You always hear this term, well, the dogs back in the day was this and that and that and this.
Or you hear a lot of people over here, especially a lot of breeders. It kills me because there's so many breeders that I've never seen come to a show, don't compete. But when it's time to sell a puppy, they throwing in champion bloodlines, champion this. I'm like, hey, bro, you said you don't care about the shows. But every dog that you're mentioning that's behind your dog in the pedigree is a champion show dog, is a dog that competed, is a dog that worked. So you're telling me your dog has the capabilities via the genotype to do these things. You're just choosing not to. But when it comes down to trying to market your name and sell puppies, you want to bring that up.
Yeah. Commentators. That's what they call them. Commentators. A lot of the sideline commentating, man. This dog.
Because at the end of the day, it's easier to talk about what someone else did with dogs that are in your pedigree than actually go do something with your own dog.
Right. I see it in the comment section. It'd be a lot of yapping in the comment section. Then I see them over on other podcasts. And wait a minute, you said this over there. I'm looking for one of them tonight. I got you. I'm waiting for one of y'all. It's a special one. I hope you come in tonight. I got something special for you. But anyway, your club, the Texas Arkansas Club. Tell us a little bit about the club, the development. How's it going, bro?
Man, so me and my buddy Cavante McPeters, he and I kind of came into the showing aspect of things together, also starting the club. He and I we were traveling for a couple years. Me and him, we hitting the road. We going to Michigan, we in Indiana, Ohio, Texas, everywhere Florida, everywhere that there was an URKA show, me and Mac, and then sometimes my buddy Tony Hall, we were at those shows. And then I got to look and I'm like, man, there ain't none of these in Arkansas. Hell, we barely got them in Texas. So at that point, we're like, man, we got to bring something to our state that is going to help enrich the breed and help the people here. Because people here, like I'm sure you've heard, they wasn't really exhibiting their dogs. They wasn't doing very much health testing. Right. They wasn't really paying attention to lines. They was just breeding dogs and selling puppies. So we decided like, hey, man, we've been to enough shows. We like what's going on. We like the environment, the vibe. And that's another thing. People always talk about how show people are snooty and the vibe. No, bro, if you go to the right club, bro, we having a good time out there, joking, playing, enjoying dogs. This ain't a bully show.
Right.
We ain't here beefing and yelling and cussing at each other, saying my dog is better than yours, because we actually have a respected judge that's going to do that for us.
Right. You got a show in March?
Absolutely. We have a show in March, in mid-March, I believe second or third weekend of March. We'll be hosting our third annual show. It'll be the spring Seger for URKA. We've already got a couple judges picked out. We got one coming from South Africa, and we got another one coming from Australia. Very respected judges, very fair judges, and yeah, man, I'm really excited about that. And that's another thing that I was excited about having our club is the corruption. The corruption in show world, working world, all is everywhere. It's everywhere in the world. But
I got a question about that.
Yeah.
When you host these shows, do you got to go by a certain rule of one under these ADRK anything, or is it rule set? Do you make your own rules?
When you say rules, what exactly do you mean?
Well, what I'm getting at is someone told me, said, well, when you can host a show, but the rules are you're not supposed to show your own dogs if you host
Yeah,
them?
yeah. If you're hosting an event like we host, I handle dogs, as we
Mm-hmm.
know. I can't get out there in the ring and handle my dog in a show that I'm hosting. Um, but what people might ask why? Well, because one, me and Cavante are the ones that are having all the communication with the judge. We invite the judge to America, cover their flights, cover their hotel. They come over a couple days earlier. We take them out sightseeing, whining, and we having a good time with them, showing them a good time in America. How would it look if I spend 3 days hanging out, kicking it with the judges, whining and dining, throwing back drinks, and then I go out there and stand in front of them with one of my dogs?
Does
What I
it
look,
happen?
huh?
Does it happen?
Yes, yes,
Oh, okay. Right.
yes. It happened to me earlier this year, and me being me, I voiced my opinion at the
Mhm.
show. And I told them, I said, man, I just hosted a show a couple weeks ago. I didn't show none of my dog. Why would you be out here showing your dogs
Mhm.
under a judge that you just flew over from Germany and you've been kicking it with for the last 4 days? It don't even make sense. At the end of the day, it's not right for our exhibitors that are traveling some 15, 16 hours from different
True.
parts of the country, spending thousands of dollars to be here.
True.
But then the club host steps in the ring with their dog and they
Mhm.
show it and they win. Oh, now we got issues.
Yeah,
We got
yeah,
problems. And
yeah.
honestly, we have multiple problems. We have a big ethics problem.
Mhm.
Um, because you at the end of the day, man, like treat someone how you want to be treated. That's why at our shows, like I'm not showing my dogs, even my client dogs that I train and board. I'm not showing them.
It's a
You we
conflict.
come on now,
Yeah.
and I'm not gonna put myself, my club, my judge in that situation because you're really putting the judge in a bad spot too.
Right.
Because the
Right.
judge is like, even if you do got a good, even if I walk in with the best dog, man, I know if I put Forte up, I'm gonna have people bickering all over the country saying that he's cheating and they paid for the placement and I'm gonna save you the headache. I'm gonna save me the headache, and we're gonna sit this one out because I know I'm also the ring steward for our shows, so
Oh,
I'll
okay.
run the ring. I make sure, and that's the thing about it is I'm normally in there showing, so I know some of the bullshit that goes on in there.
Mhm.
I know some of the shit that goes on, excuse my language, on the
That's
outside
right.
and inside of the ring. So as the ring steward, I cut all that out. Your dog, your male being aggressive to other males in here, you got one shot with me.
Mhm.
If he keeps showing aggression towards the other, I'm gonna tell the judge, hey, this dog needs to be excused.
So let me ask you this. With that what you just said, with the males being aggressive, is it up to the handlers to kind of get some separation on the dogs?
Yeah, the one you need to know your dog,
Right.
and you need to be paying attention to your dog at all times.
Mhm.
The issue is sometimes is people are not paying attention. They're sitting there with their dog in the ring, just looking around. At this whole time, their male is eyeing another male over in the corner, and you know what happens once they start locking eyes.
Mhm.
But again, it's one of those they're not paying attention. They're not aware of their dog. They're not aware of everything that's going around them. So as a handler, you know these are all intact males because they have to be intact to compete. We got all these intact males here. You got to know one to keep your spacing. You got to know two that if you do, because the males are going to be males, even if they got the best temperament, they're going to be males. They got, sometimes they're going to want to bow up on
Yeah,
somebody.
yeah. I was good. Yeah, I was
You,
thinking about that. I was like,
yeah, and I've
yeah.
had dogs that I knew like, hey, if I give him the opportunity,
Mhm.
he ready to get down.
Yeah.
And when you
So
have a
so
dog,
let me ask you this. So it's not really excusing the dog's behavior, it's more the handler's mistake.
no, it is the dog's behavior too, because
Okay.
I've seen some dogs that the handler is trying keeping eye contact, but the dog is just dog aggressive.
Okay.
Anytime another dog goes by, it's growling, it's barking. I was at nationals a couple years ago in Colorado, and we were in the open male class. We was in the ring, um, and man, there was one dog in there that any dog or handler went by that dog, barking, growling, showing aggression. It wasn't a handler error. It was the
Mhm.
dog.
Right.
The dog just wasn't. I'm not gonna say the dog wasn't stable mentally, but it didn't display it. And we got to go based off of first impressions.
Right.
When we first seen that dog, the only time we seen that dog, it was showing aggression towards other people and other dogs that ran by it and went by it. But
Right.
luckily, we had a good judge and ring steward that politely, hey, this dog needs to be excused.
Right. Gotcha. Okay. I'm a show the breed standard as we kind of talking and things like that. So people
Absolutely.
can. Okay. Man, back on your club and things like that, and I'm not trying to turn an interview negative, but I know you probably been through a lot of different things just being in a position you are politically or whatnot. But this is what I want to ask you, man. You mentioned about people not want to give people credit and things earlier. Man, who has really stuck by and supported you in your journey, bro?
Um, People that have supported me in my journey, man, I can say that there's a handful. One of them, again, I mentioned my buddy Cavante McPeters. I know that any point I'm a dog man like he's a dog man. If I find something in a pedigree deep in the bloodlines, I send it to him. We'll mess around and be on the phone for 2 hours. Not even next thing you know, I'm like, hey, bro, I gotta go feed dogs. Or hey, I gotta go pick up the kids from school because we're just so deep into it. A buddy of mine, Trayvon Williams. Same with him, man. I can just hit him up. We can talk dogs. He's very knowledgeable about pedigrees and older dogs, and I always know that with them, I'm gonna get some straight shots.
Right.
Jihad Muhammad, man, he's given me a lot of credit for the things that I've tried to do. He even put me in contact with you some time ago, but I feel like he saw that I had something to offer, that I could help the breed, that I had some experience, and I had put the work in to be able to talk more about the breed. My mentor Monica from Von Issa House, she's up in Maryland. Um, Anytime I have a question about anything, health tests, puppies, stroke, anything with dogs or Rottweilers, I know I can go to her. My buddy Tommy Hudson, he's always got my back. We co-own dogs together. He's been in it much longer than me. He's got multiple generations of his bloodlines that he's produced, and
Mhm.
even the recent female, he actually took to the Club Seger last year and got V1 in the open female class. Nobody in America is doing that.
Damn.
And to have support from someone like that, that is not just showing dogs, but is showing dogs that he's produced,
Mhm.
that's a huge testament. Another one, Reggie Coleman. I know I can always ask him questions. He's been in the game for a long time. He's produced some phenomenal dogs. And I know he is a straight shooter. When I ask him, he's not sugarcoating it. He gonna keep it real with me, and I appreciate him for that. Quinn Brumfield, same way. Questions, he's gonna give me the answer, whether I want to hear it or not. He's a straight shooter. Um, a friend overseas, Timur Christo, as we call her TK, always helps me. Anytime I have questions, we always talk. It was funny. About 3 years ago, she came over to America, and she actually she came over for a show. She brought a few dogs, and she stayed with me and my team. We all had a nice big Airbnb. We hung out, had a great time. But I
Mhm.
remember when she first got there. She had her dog out, and I was baiting her dog for her.
Mhm.
And the way I was baiting it, I ain't gonna lie, I was baiting it the way I seen it on social media. I'm doing all this hooping and hollering, doing all this extras, and the dog is sitting there perfect. And she just looks at me. She said, "What are you doing?" She said, "The dog is good. Like, what are you? You don't have to do all that. The dog." And she used some extra words in there. I'll leave those out. But she was able to keep it real with me. And at that point, I understood how to properly bait a dog. And again, it came from some tough constructive criticism, but I took it in. It made sense. I ran with it. Um, Gosh, there's so many more names.
Man, golly, hey, you did
I
good. A
can't.
lot of people won't name nobody.
Hey,
You
bro,
know
I'm
me.
gonna give people flowers, bro. Because at
Right.
the end of the day, like we're all in this, should be in this to help the breed. And if people are in this doing things to help the breed and acknowledge, I'm gonna give them their flowers, because at the end of the day, I know I didn't get to where I am or learn what I learned on my own. And it takes a team. Like it just does. We don't, anyone that says they did it on their own, they learned all, they lying to you, bro.
Right.
And I'm running the opposite direction of them.
That's right.
Especially if you ain't willing to give flowers to people that's earned them.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. And that makes me think, being in the position you in, I've been doing dog meat 3 years, like I said earlier. I know it's a lot of politics. I know it's a lot of scumbags. How many death threats I get this year? 2 out the board community. We ain't got to go into no names or anything, but
and the thing is, we don't go into names because they don't deserve the clout.
They don't need no clout. Yeah, they don't need no clout.
That's why I want, if there's a breeder out here that's doing bullshit or breeding some bullshit or always talking some bullshit, excuse my language, I apologize.
It's all right. I know you're frustrated. I know you.
But I don't. Yeah. I won't ever say their name publicly.
Right. But what are some of the most negative things that have happened to you, unwarranted things that make you be like, man, why?
Oh, bro, man, whew. I had and this is crazy. I had one of my clients. They I guess they were randomly upset with me. It was random, didn't even make any sense. Finally talked to them because I heard of some things that were being said, and I'm a big man-to-man guy. If you have something to say, let's talk about it like adults, and we can work through it and we can figure it out. Because at the end of the day, it ain't that serious. I say that a lot. It ain't that serious. After talking with them, they were like, yeah, well, someone told me that that you were being paid to intentionally sabotage our dog at the dog show.
Wow. Yeah.
And I said, well, I've trained your dog. I've shown your dog. I've won with your dog multiple times. Why would that doesn't even make sense. And they say that it didn't make that much sense to us, but we got told it by someone that was reputable. And yeah, instead of talking to you about it, we were just upset and we just, kept it to ourselves. And I was just like, well, at the end of the day, no, that's not happening. I'm not getting paid to sabotage your dog because no one would have anything to gain from that. And then 2, actually, me having your dog and taking it from where it was when I first got it to where it's at right now, it's been a lot of time, a lot of effort, and a lot of work. Why would I ever try to sabotage that? It literally made no sense at all.
Right.
And, so yeah, that was probably the craziest thing that I've, as far as political BS, that I've had done to me in the dog world and things of that nature. That took the cake.
Yeah, I asked you that too because like I can kind of feel the some movement against you, because I talked to a man that he was so off about the information he had obtained. I'm gonna tell you, you're gonna laugh your ass off. But evidently, me, you, and Jihad started this podcast for some kind of new movement.
A new movement of what?
I don't know.
What we trying to move?
I didn't even know you when I started this podcast.
I was about to say I just met you a year and some change ago.
Right.
Before this even started. Before we started the podcast.
So, but people had told this individual that it was like we down here on some coalition movement and some real goofy stuff. But it happens in the dog world all the time, like the most goofiest shit.
Well, oftentimes I feel like when people feel inferior in certain situations or certain things, and I'm not saying I'm superior to anything or anybody, but when people see what you were doing and they get the perception that people look at them as an inferior because of what you're doing, that makes them feel attacked. And I'll elaborate. Whenever I started getting into Rotties, I was big on health tests and I was big on showing your dogs. Well, people thought that because I was going around saying that all the time,
They get
that
mad.
was essentially me shitting on them.
Yeah.
And I'm like, bro, you do what you want with
Do
your
what you
dog.
want
That's
to do,
your
man.
dog. Like that's you. But
Yeah.
me talking about what I'm doing and what's the right thing to do based off of the standard and the AKC recommendations, that don't make me as if I'm superior to you. If you feel that way, that's a you problem. That
Right.
ain't got nothing to do with me.
Right.
Because at
Yeah.
the end of the day, what you eat don't make me shit,
That's
and
right.
vice versa. And
That's
so
right.
what you got going on, it ain't gonna do nothing. If anything, I'm gonna try to help you. I'm gonna try to, hey, you want to help? Cool. I know you can go to this vet. You can go to this vet. Hell, if you want to, if you're close enough, I'll set up an appointment with my vet for you to get your dog. I've done that numerous times, bro.
Right.
Set
And
appointments with my vet.
that's the goofy thing about dog content, especially like if you're in the podcast world. Just because I do something, they think other breeders think you're shitting on them, which you might, but me myself, I'm not so concerned about what I don't rotate with. When people, let me tell you this, bro, and you're gonna call me weird, right?
I might, but let's hear it.
I think the dog is a reflection of the breeder. I'll tell you why. A lot who you buy your dog from is based upon the man. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
If you look at it closely, like if I was in the Rottweiler, I'll be interested in getting a dog from you because of the things you do with the dog. I believe in a complete dog, right? The total dog. Now, sometimes if you believe in the man's success, the marketing, the things, that's what kind of breeder people go for too. That's no bullshit.
No, that's
a lot of it depends on the man.
Yeah, and even with the content guys, like a lot of people will get dogs from just because they see them, their face plastered all over Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter and IG. It doesn't mean that they really have the best dogs. It just means I see your dogs all the time.
Right.
Every time I pull up, you posting every 12 hours. And man, that makes me intrigued. I see it all the time. Oh, these breeders, I don't see their dogs all the time because them breeders are fucking working.
Right.
They're working the dogs instead of just taking videos of the dogs. They're doing something. They're working towards a goal with their dog, whether it's working, whether it's showing, diving, barn hunting, whatever it is. They're working for a goal with their dog. So again, I said it earlier, you're not gonna see them plastering everything they do on their social media every day because they getting their hands dirty.
Exactly. And then a lot of times, like in the real world working of things, we getting dogs from guys like you who ain't on the screen at all, and we making y'all come out because you kind of have to now. You know what I'm saying? You kind of have to better the breed throughout the bullshit or whatnot.
For awareness.
For awareness. Yeah, exactly.
At the end of the day, and I hate to say this, a lot of buyers, unless they've been in the breed for a while, they're kind of ignorant to a lot of things. And that's okay because I was once that. And the breeders that are doing the right things, they can actually educate them and help them. The breeders that are not doing those things, they just happy that they came to them and tried to talk to them about buying a puppy. They're not trying to educate them on the breed and help further and improve the breed. They just trying to sell a puppy.
Right. So that's important too. And the media side, being that I'm in both worlds, man, the media side. Sometimes I just sit back and laugh. It's so many people call me and say, "Man, what such bullshit?" Like, it's even like, man, bro, you wouldn't believe this, Mike. It's a lot of it's podcast galore. First. Oh shit. Hold on a minute. Salute to the co-producer. Doug is in the house. Doug,
what's going on, Doug?
Get the likes up. But it's a lot of just what you said, content creators Nowadays you don't have to have a dog to be a dog, man. Right? You don't even have to have dog. You can have one dog telling everybody what the hell to do, how to breed. Guys ain't even had 10 litters telling everybody how to
guys
breed.
ain't even had 2.
Yeah, ain't even had 2 litters telling
Trying
everybody
to tell
how
me
to
about the
breed.
standard and what to do and this, and
Right.
you need to be doing this with your dog.
Right.
Excuse my language.
You can't even, and I'm gonna say something too, and this goes for even the older people that do it. It don't matter what you know if don't nobody know you. You know what I mean?
Right. And it doesn't necessarily matter how long you've been doing it in a lot of cases. Because I know a lot of people want to throw around, I've been doing this for this long, I've been doing it for that long.
That's true.
Okay, you've been breeding for 30 years. Why do your dogs that you produce, that you have now that I see, nothing that you produce is in their pedigrees?
That's true.
You've been breeding for 25 years, but you show up to shows and the dogs that you have are not from your lines.
Yeah. Bought dog.
You've been doing this for 30 years.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, you've been bullshitting for 30 years.
That's right. That's one thing, like the experience matters with that, but you got to put some dogs on the ground. We don't had our hands on some dogs. You got to do something to work so you can back up what you
and I'll also say this too, as a breeder, it also matters the hands you put your dogs in. Some breeder, the first person that got the breed to buy the dog, gone. Dog is gone. Yeah. It don't matter how nice the dog is gone. They just looking for a buyer.
Right.
For me, I'm looking to move the breed forward. My best dogs are either staying here or they're going with someone that I know is going to put in the work with them. I know it. And I got to give a shout out to my guy, Aaron Hamilton.
Aaron.
That is my guy. I've placed fun. Let's go on and let's be complete. A couple years ago, he got a dog from me for showing competition. He got the dog, paid for the dog. I knew what his goals were, man. He wanted to show, he wanted to breed, health test. He wanted to do it all, man. Like, he was serious and he was passionate. And so he got a dog from me. Man, we go to our first show all the way in South Carolina from Arkansas. We get to the show. His dog's got a raw bite.
Mm-hmm.
The dog he got from me had a raw bite. A raw bite is DQ'd. You cannot show that dog. You should not breed that dog. None of that. He told me about it. I looked at it. We evaluated everything. I said, hey, man, go on and give that dog away to somebody. I got another one coming for you.
Mm-hmm.
Aaron sat down, waited. I had another puppy for him. We picked a good puppy from an excellent breeding. He got that puppy, and he put so much work in with his dog. I got to tell him to slow down sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
I got to say, hey, man, give him a break. I know what you want and what your goals are, but I'd rather have to tell someone, hey, man, you going crazy. You in a good way, because you're putting the work in, rather than having to tell someone, hey, man, have you been working with your dog? I know you said you wanted to show. Have you been practicing teeth? Oh, yeah, I've been doing this and that. Then they send the dog back for me for a little bit of board and training, and I can tell that they ain't done shit with that dog.
Right.
I can tell.
Yeah.
And that's why I say, as a breeder, it matters where your dog goes. You can be breeding the best dogs in the world, but if your dogs are not in the right hand, they'll never reach their full potential. Us as breeders, we should want the best dogs to reach their full potential so that we can improve our breed the best of our abilities.
Exactly, sir. Placement. All right, man. Hey, you know, we got a segment called Get in Trouble.
Oh, man.
Oh, here we go. Germany. Here we go. So let's get into the bloodline drama, the Serbian dogs. This is gonna be the meat of the interview. I want you to go ahead.
Go ahead.
I just want you to address the specific
the ADRK,
aesthetic
the Serbian,
issues.
all of that.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, we have a standard, right? The beauty of our standard is it's not, hey, your dog has to be 65 centimeters. Your dog has to weigh this much. Your dog, we give it a range.
Mm-hmm.
So that range gives us wiggle room. And that wiggle room allows us to still breed Rottweilers that, some are going to have a bigger head. Some are going to have better structure. Some are going to have better pigment things. At the end of the day, a correct Rottweiler is a correct Rottweiler. I don't care if it comes from Germany, Serbia, Romania, Croatia, America, South Africa, or Mexico. A correct, and it's not that, only these ADRK lines are correct lines. These are the best lines. These are the best dogs. That's bullshit.
What do you see, if you can give a ratio of German versus everything else out there,
like it shows and stuff?
It shows and shit. What do
you want to hear? When I tell you this statistic, it's going to blow your mind.
Okay.
This last year at the ADRK Club Seger, which is the biggest Rottweiler show in the world, that is the ADRK show, there were 350 Rottweilers entered. Out of those 350, there were only 60 full ADRK Rottweilers.
Oh, wow. Wow. Okay. Yeah. Hey, hold on a minute. Joe, please tell Anthony from a fellow Sagittarius, happy belated birthday from me, Doug.
Hey, appreciate it, Doug. I really do appreciate that, man. And a fellow Sagittarius, so happy belated to you as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, out of 300, okay, this is ADRK. We're ADRK. ADRK's everything. What's even funnier is out of the dogs that were at the show, there's a thing that goes over the studs that had the most production in the club show. Wasn't an ADRK dog. It was a Serbian. It was a Italian and a Croatian dog. The Italian dog's name is Giacomo. Now, Giacomo does come from ADRK lines, which is the beauty of it. When you're not in the ADRK, you can use the ADRK line. When you're not in Germany, if you're in Italy, you can use Italian lines. You can use Serbian and Croatian lines and ADRK lines. You're not kind of stuck in a box, like you have been in the past with the ADRK. Because when you're in Germany in the ADRK, you have to breed within the ADRK. Other countries, they can breed wherever they want to, as long as the dog is within the standard and then the dog's health tested. That's what should matter. But the Italian dog Giacomo, he's the son of Puma, Wild and Weston, the best Puma son. He had the most offsprings at the last club Seger that was in Germany. And then the second dog was Harry of the Little Godfathers. Harry is a Croatian dog from Croatia, has some German dogs in his pedigree, not a whole bunch, but he produces nice, correct dogs. I actually had a litter by Harry of the Little Godfather. I imported a female that my buddy and I owned. We got her, and then we looked around. We looked over in Germany, Serbia, Romania for the best stud for her, and the best stud we found was Harry. Bred her to Harry, and we had a litter off of Harry in America. And then just a few weeks ago, I imported some frozen semen on Giacomo. Because they can produce. It doesn't matter if they're full ADRK, if they're FCI, Serbia. If they can produce, they can produce. And if they are producing to the point where they are having dogs on the world stage and they are bringing value to our breed, we're going to go with it.
Match with the right females.
With the right female. And that's the biggest thing is, especially in America, like we're so scattered out, there's not a lot of people just breed to convenience. They'll just breed whatever stud is closest, whatever is easiest, and not necessarily for what their female needs. Or they'll just breed to the most popular dog. And
a lot of people underestimate the dog man time on the highway.
You said what?
A lot of people underestimate the dog man's time on the highway, whether you showing or just a breeder. You do a lot of time on the highway, visiting other kennels. Or at least
Oh
I
yeah,
do
yeah.
deliveries.
I'll go see other kennels. I actually have friends that are like, hey, I want you to come see my dogs.
Right.
I travel a lot. This year alone, we've competed in Georgia, Florida, West Virginia, Indiana, North Carolina, South Carolina, Ohio, Texas, Tennessee, Arkansas, Missouri. I may have already said Florida. We've
Mhm.
we've we've touched a lot, and
Mhm.
along those routes, I get to go see people's dogs, or
Right.
I get to see them at the event. That's the great thing about the show is people that are serious and have nice dogs. They want people to see them,
Right. Right.
and I'm
Right.
able to put eyes on these dogs and hands.
Let me ask you this. Now, you got a hyper type dog. I call it a Frankenstein full head dog, right?
Oh yeah.
so what is that about? A lot of people say that's Timur and
I
things.
mean, the thing. Ooh, you gonna get me going deep.
Okay.
Timid Tour. It's the name of the kennel, of course.
Hmm.
Timid Tour kind of created that look because he's most popular. A lot of other kennels overseas have that look now.
Yep.
But if you really knew the Timid Tour lines, you would know that those Timid Tour dogs come from German lines. They also come from some lines that we call Edelstein.
I've
Um,
heard of that. Yeah.
yeah, one of the most popular dogs from Timid Tour that produced Dr. Timid Tour and Diablo. His dad is their dad is Lucifer Timid Tour. And Lucifer Timid Tour is a son of Lex von Haas Edelstein.
Right.
And so, and then if you keep going back, you're going to see Mambo von der Ranch, which is a very famous German dog as well. All of those dogs stem off of some German dogs. Now, obviously, the wrong turn was taken at some point, to where I believe he was breeding typier dogs, bigger females with bigger heads, and started getting. But what had happened is his dogs were different. His Rotties just looked different. They were a little bit bigger, which some of them were. A lot of that stuff is Photoshop. Even as extreme as those dogs look, they're not all that extreme because I actually have friends that have been overseas and that have been at those kennels, and they said they are a little overdone, but it's not what social media make you see.
But let me ask you this. So, like, when you see those dogs, maybe am I wrong or am I misperceiving what I'm thinking they were just a dog, like an industry dog, like we might have somebody breeding XLs and shit over here. Was that just a dog that was just kind of like a hyper type for fad, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's something different that you can make money off of.
Okay, that's what I was trying to
Bigger
get.
head, bigger type, and once they got that, they just started line breeding that. They just started breeding all them dogs together.
So am I right in saying is that what the general public and maybe what I'm getting wrong is Serbian is getting tied to that hyper dog as a whole?
Yeah, absolutely. That's exactly what it is. They're looking at that and they're thinking of a more Serbian type because there's a lot. I have dogs that I've imported from Serbia, multiple. They don't look like that. They don't have that. They don't have that overdone. Now, if you get particular lines that are overly line bred, you're going to get that look because they're breeding phenotype to phenotype, type to type. Just like when you're looking for a correct dog, when you breed phenotype to phenotype and genotype to genotype, you're going to get the product of that breeding.
What's the energy toward you as a whole in the Rottweiler community with some of these other organizations? Are you running into any roadblocks? I mean, you said you're going to all these other shows, right?
Man, I'm trying to show dogs, bro.
Yeah, you ain't worried. You going?
No, bro. If there's smoke, I'm running to it. In competition, like I'm not
the boy from the south. He's from the south.
Like, yeah, you can't. they'll whatever organization y'all got to show at. If I can be there and I got my dogs ready, what they say, I'm coming.
That's what's
Like,
up. That's what's up.
So it doesn't matter because at the end of the day, I'm here for the Rottweiler.
That's
I'm
right.
not here for this organization, this Bob, this Jane, this Mike. No,
Right.
I'm pulling up for the Rottweiler, and
Right.
I'm pulling up to show. Just because I am part of a different club and we have our own club that's with a different organization, that doesn't mean I can't still support you and what you do, as long as you're doing it the right way for the betterment of the breed. So
Right.
I don't mind going. I love going. I went up to West Virginia this year. I loved going up there to the USRC show. Got to show dogs. Got to meet Kelvin. Kelvin is awesome. Ran an awesome show. Got to also go to the working trials as well. I went down to Florida and I went down to Georgia. My boy Lorenzo Williams, that is the president of the RKNA. We shot the shit. We talked. We kicked it. That was after I went and supported him at his show. Shortly after, he came to his first URKA show, which was ours in Arkansas.
That's
and
good.
He sent a wagon full of dogs with his helper down there to come support our club because he's about the Rottweiler just like I am.
That's good. I like that. Yeah. Yeah. I saw his interview.
And that's
he like a decent man.
Oh yeah, he's a good dude. And that's kind of where my energy is why are we not unified?
Well, that's the kind of dude you gotta have in the front, man, because like just reading him through that interview, and I could tell he was he reminded me of, I'm old PK, so he reminded me of them old pastors and things that I grew up with. But you got to what has happened, and it happened when I was younger too, but it's almost like a generation gap. The old compete with the young, you know what I mean? They don't be there for guys like you. But if Lorenzo's that type of guy, he's the guy we should prop up. You know what I mean?
Solid.
Instead
I'll
of
give him that.
Yeah,
like I told you before, I'll give flowers where they do.
Yeah.
Solid.
Well, we need to prop them up.
And that's why I was willing to go. One weekend, I showed in San Antonio, Texas. The next weekend was his show, and I drove to Columbus, Georgia. So I went from I went 16-hour trip from BB, Arkansas down to San Antonio, come back home. 3 days later, I went from Arkansas over to Columbus, Georgia to go support his club with my dogs and my clients' dogs.
Right.
Because again, I feel like he has the right energy, he has the right mindset, and I feel like with him at the helms of that RKNA, we can eventually find unity.
That'll be great because, and then too, like even media, I got to make sure I don't do any goofball shit for the whole of these dogs. People are fighting for these breeds. You know what I mean? They're literally fighting for their breeds, and they counting on me like, Joe, don't show no goofy dudes. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
that's bringing the thing down. And even in the comment section, what they did some stuff to Jihad where they said, "Oh, his dogs can't run," and then next thing you know, it's all over the internet over a lie.
His dogs can't run.
Yeah, man. Somebody put that in the comments, and then then it got spread over the internet. A lie, just unacceptable behavior. And maybe too, this is something to think about because I had an issue with some people just saying things about an interview I posted got hooked up with somebody, and it was some members of this certain breed, and I'm like, hey man, what's going on? But maybe some of these breed clubs need to put gag orders on some of y'all members, man, because they mess things
I agree.
up.
I agree. Some people just need to learn how to. Some people just need to learn how to shut up.
They really do, bro.
Let me stop before I go left with it, because some of them talk too much.
They talk too much.
So much. Put in a little bit more work, so you ain't got time to do all this talking.
Right, because anything that goes on with NWA, if I ain't said it, and if Doug ain't said it in the comment section, it's a goddamn lie.
I'm about to say it ain't true.
It ain't true at all.
For sure.
So you know what I mean. So
but some people, but we also got to remember, we have some people in the breed on the media side of things, man, they just want clicks. They just
True.
want clicks and views, and that's why they'll bring anybody on to talk about anything because as long as they get somebody to watch them, that's all they care about.
Yeah, but it don't help the breeds.
Oh no,
And
in a lot of cases.
podcasts popping up left and right, and they weren't doing podcasts until they saw drama. When they saw some drama, they go to podcast.
Drama's attention.
Right.
Attention is clicks.
Yeah, but it does. It's not sustaining. I've been doing it a long time. It don't
people will pick up
sustain.
on that. They'll pick up on it's a bunch of drama and negativity, and it's a divider. And once the real ones pick up on that, they
lose respect for you.
Yeah, I just want. Oh yeah, I'm cool with it. If that's all you got to offer is drama, bullshit, and mess, Forte don't want no part of it.
Yeah, for sure. Man, I think I got everything covered. Anything else you want to cover? Anything I might not ask you about? I'll take a few questions from the audience if y'all want to put them in. But anything you need to, maybe I didn't cover, Forte, you want to cover?
Man, at the end of the day, bro, let's just try to do better by the breed, bro. Oh, and another thing.
Yeah.
Another thing. A lot of these people that are talking about extremeness or out of the standard, or I know I'm not breeding in the standard, or I don't care about the standard. A lot of those people have dogs that are within the standard. Okay, hear me out. Your dog's height is within the standard. Your dog is probably fat and a little overweight, so that's outside of the standard a little bit, but we can work with that. There ain't nothing a good diet and good workout plan won't do for you. All right. Their eye color and shape is within the standard. Their mouth pigment is within the standard. Their temperament is within the standard. Their head type, granted, even if the muzzle's a little bit shorter, it's still within the standard because it's a range. Because you can have some dogs have, again, the ideal dog we wanted 1.5 to 1, but
let me read that out.
Be a farm dog or okay, you think?
I don't know if everybody can see it now. I can't see it. Okay, what is the most important? This is from Dylan. I ain't gonna say your last name. Yeah. What is more important, the Rottweiler being a farm dog or a guard dog? I know you're gonna.
So whenever you say farm, I'm assuming that you mean herding and guarding livestock. And a guard dog is essentially protecting its people and protecting its property, which can kind of go hand in hand because the farm is part of its home and its property, and he's going to defend that. But I personally, I feel like it being a guard dog, it being a guardian, because again, when it's a guardian over its flock, it's a guardian over its home, which go hands in hand with it being a farm dog. So again, guard dog, but farm is guarding the farm, so it's kind of the same thing in my eyes. But again, it's supposed to be a guardian. Right. Your dog is supposed to guard your home. One of the reasons I bought a Rottie 9 years ago, man, we lived in the hood. If you know anything about Little Rock, Arkansas, North Little Rock, Arkansas, we lived off of 18th and Pike.
Did you?
On me, still own the house right now. We just rent it out.
Really?
In the hood, bro.
You know where I grew up?
Where?
12th and Woodrow.
Really?
Yeah.
So you know what it is.
Oh hell yeah.
Yeah, you know. So
Alley Street, baby.
Come on now. That's one of the reasons I had started to get Rotties at the time, because I was traveling to work. I lived 45 minutes away from work. I was gone a lot. Of course, I wanted to get a Rottweiler, but man, hearing gunshots, all this people running, man. Hey, I got my boy Rambo. R.I.P. to my boy. He died. I actually lost him about 2 weeks ago.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, but man, I ain't had no problems. I'm in the hood, and ain't nobody trying to mess with nothing. One time, someone tried to steal something out of my car. I just happened to be by the front door in the middle of the night with my dog. My couch was right by the door. I heard the alarm go off. I opened that door, bro. Before I knew it, Rainbow was on his ass. He was.
Yeah.
I had to call him back. Luckily, he had great recall with me because the only reason I called him back is I just wanted him to make them get away.
Right.
But I also thought that person might have a gun or a knife on him, and I don't want to put my dog in that situation. But he did his thing. He guarded the house. He guarded the property. But I also had recall on him where I got him right on back.
I like the way you said that. I got another guy from Arkansas, Airborne Ranger, real hard ass dude. I've been to many tours, and you wouldn't know it because he don't act that way. But he been through the shit, and he's a dog trainer, and he got a weird philosophy. He's like, your dog should do this, and you should do the rest. So he's like,
that's a fact, bro. I tell people that all the time. Like, I bite harder than my dogs.
Yeah.
Like, I just need my dog to either get him away or let me know what's up.
Boy, I didn't know you was from Pike. I got a whole different respect for you now.
So I grew up in BB. So I was born in Little Rock.
Are you born in Little Rock?
I was born in Little Rock.
Okay.
I grew up in BB, but my dad lived in Little Rock. So so breaks, weekends during the summer, I was over in Little Rock, and a lot of my family lived over in Southwest, right over by Chico.
Oh, you know what it is, yeah.
Come on, man. Like I grew up in BB. I'm from BB, but
you know what it is.
Yeah, come on.
Yeah. And that's the funny thing, like coming from the environment we come from with great families. It ain't like we like everything. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah,
great families from the
preacher. My uncles that lived over in that areas were preachers and good family, but this is what it was.
But that was the hardest thing for me coming in older as podcasting. I wasn't used to all this, bro. I'm like, man, I thought you supposed to be doing something, man. These folks, they call the police on you in the comment sections, and I done had some wild stuff, but it helped me. It's been like a therapy to me,
right?
And, because you can't respond to everything.
You can't. And I'll go back real quick with when I was mentioning their dogs are within the standard. Whenever they're like their dogs are extreme, the thing is, again, the majority of the dog is within the standard size, structurally. Now, the issue is their dogs just have a shit ton of faults.
Gotcha.
They have the wrinkles all over the face.
Yeah.
They got the front, the structure on them. They got east-west fronts. They got no stifling bend. They got a top line that's swayed because the dog is too big. The dogs are out in the.
What are the? I don't know. I don't know if you can do this from the head, but I took the breed standard down. What are the disqualifying faults?
So missing teeth, and this also depends on the organization that you're in, because AKC allows 2 missing teeth.
Okay.
The Seger style, you can't have any missing teeth. So one major disqualifying fault is like missing teeth. A ringtail can be a disqualifying fault.
A kink tail.
Yeah, kink tail. Yes, if it's
and shyness.
Temperament. If the dog is too shy or too aggressive, like I mentioned earlier, the dog was showing aggression, or if the dog is too shy or too timid. Also, the eye color. If your dog has yellow eyes, that's a major fault. That can be a DQ as well.
Yeah. So let me ask you this. This is from Scotland. I'm sorry, man. It's pretty small. So, hey, Joe, ask Forte, does he know the dog Tom?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So I do know Tom Bonder crossing the ranch. He's a Duke Bonder Sherrow's son. So I mentioned earlier that I was going to breed to Harry of the Little Godfather. Actually, Tom was going to be my first choice. And after doing more research and looking at the dog and my female, I actually chose to not use Tom Bonder crossing the ranch. I chose to use Harry of the Little Godfather as well.
Gotcha.
Good, nice dog. I saw some of his videos of him working. I was not impressed with that at all, personally. Again, I also saw videos of him working that I was impressed with. Seen him showing pictures. I saw offsprings. Not a bad dog. I just knew that they were better.
Right. Hamilton Haas, that's Aaron. Pay attention to the ones in Arkansas who put the dogs in the shows. Yes, sir. Yeah, man. I hope Arkansas is in here tonight. I hope that y'all that the people can see that Arkansas is kind of a hotbed with Rottweiler breeders, there's some names, big names here, you know. Even online, ZTR, Jihad, Partney. I hear all these different names that's significant. Cecil out of there in Landmark. Cecil, he's known. I think Joshua McGee told me, you know, Arkansas Rottweiler breeders. Eugene Peters says, Forte put that work in with the dogs. I appreciate you, brother.
Hey, what's going on, my guy?
Yes.
Eugene, that's a good dude. He's an up and coming breeder from up north, man. He's consistent. He puts in the work, man. He loves his dogs. I had the opportunity to board and train and handle his dogs before. He's got some good things going. Y'all keep an eye out for him. He's got some good intention and he's working with some heat over there.
Man, okay, let me ask you something because we're getting close to the end here. What is a failure that you had that made your kennel stronger today?
A failure that I had is I didn't do my research. At the beginning, my biggest failure is I didn't do my research. I didn't understand the lines. I didn't know about the health testing. I didn't know much about the shows. I didn't know about faults, disqualifying faults. I didn't know about any of that. And I just jumped in and got dogs. That was because I spent a lot of money. And like my boy Rambo, one of his biggest faults is his rear angulation was awful. Didn't know anything about it at first. After having him for like 12 months, he blew out his CCL, paid over $4,000 to get that surgery done. 6 months later, he blew out the other one. Come to find out, it had a lot to do with his lack of stifling being because his poor rear angulation.
Mizon Forte is definitely a lead wire. Not a lot of people can handle Hitman. He does very well in Anthony's hand. Is that one that was trying to bite me, Jihad?
Oh yeah. Hey, one thing, Hitman love me, man.
Yeah.
I spend a lot of time with the dog. I build a relationship with the dogs that I'm handling, especially the ones that stay with me. I even had one dog. I had him for a while, and I got his junior champion, his adult champion. I did multiple breed standard evaluations. I showed him to over 13 judges last year, getting first place, I think, with like 6 or 7 of them. Did a lot with the dog, and the owner was like, man, this dog knows and loves you more than he does me. I went to take him back to the owner. The dog looking at the owner like, who are you? And he right up underneath me. But at the end of the day, a real dog man is going to build a relationship with his dogs, or especially regardless what you're doing. It doesn't matter if you're showing your dog or you just having them as a pet. That type of relationship and bond you can build with them is great. And one thing I always say is dogs read people better than people read people.
Yeah, they watch you every time you go out there. They watch and learn.
Whenever I see a dog that like that handler has a dog, and every dog they just having fun, the dog's lively. It made me look at that handler like, oh, okay, you a real dog person because you're not just handling that dog, you built a relationship with that dog.
Right.
But yeah, man, Hitman's a good dog, man. We had some fun out there. We still need to grab that one more point though. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. Well, hopefully, people get the message you put out tonight, and we can do less of this. You know?
We ain't gotta do all that talking. Hey, I just say like let's talk more work because the work will speak for itself.
That's right. Hey, look at here though. How can everybody support your club, and what is your vision for the club in 5 years?
My vision for the club in 5 years is to have unity within all of the clubs in America. The RKNA, URKA, USRC, ARC. I want us to unify to the point where we all recognize each other's accomplishments, whether they're champion or working titles, and we work together to better the breed in America. Because I was telling a buddy the other day, there's no reason that we shouldn't have some type of world show in America.
That's crazy. Yeah, you're right.
We got the most dogs. We got the money. We got the space. We got the resources. Now we just need the people to get their heads out of their ass and work together and not be fishing, not be crabs in a barrel.
Right.
And that's where it starts with leadership.
Let me get this question. Javier, this is a very great question. We was talking about this the other day. He says, on your journey into research, any literature you recommend?
Yes. Oh, can I? Ooh,
you can get it.
Can I go grab it real quick?
Yes, sir. What's up, everybody? How's everybody doing? You know what I'm saying? Y'all enjoying the show? Hit the like button. All right, there you go.
All right, sorry about that.
You good, brother?
It's right here.
Okay. Yeah, Jihad showed me that book.
I ordered this directly from Gerald O'Shea. As soon as it came out, as soon as it was available, pre-ordered it. He was able to sign it for me and everything, man. The beauty of this is it goes over everything. It goes over, and not just literature. It gives illustrations.
Right.
This is huge. This is huge because I ain't gonna lie, I'm more of a visual learner.
Yeah, me too.
And whenever you can put literature, you can put some literature with the visual, it all comes together for me.
I'm the same way. Yeah.
And this, if you can get a hold of this, this is gonna change your life in the Rottweiler world. And if you need to, please reach out to me on Facebook, Instagram, IG, and if you're interested in this book, I will help get you connected with the right people to get this a part of your literature collection.
Your Instagram, we'll put it in the comment section, pin it to the top. So we'll do that for you. Okay, guys, I'm gonna finish these few up. What's your best advice for those that want to start attending and showing their Rottweilers and Seger shows?
Go have fun.
Have fun. There we go.
Go have fun with your dog. Go out there, spend time with your dog. Go have fun. Soak it in. Enjoy the experience. Ask questions. Pay attention.
Right.
If you do those things, you'll be going in the right direction.
Right. My son K9, which this brother here is a great organizer, need to be utilized if all possible. We need, and I'm gonna tell you something. And Jihad, I want to thank you because Jihad taught me something. Because I'm a no nonsense guy. I done fired hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people, literally. And he told me something one time. He said, "Man, you gotta quit throwing people away." And I will never forget that because I don't like a lot of bullshit. But he taught me that. Thank you, John. But he says we need to support these clubs. They are not perfect. There's room for improvement, but nothing improves if we're not supporting.
That's a fact, man. That's a big fact, and I say that because as me and my guys, we own a club and we host shows. When there's not a lot of support for shows, that comes right out of my pocket.
Yeah, you're right.
That comes right out of our pocket. A lot of people are not okay with taking losses. I'm okay with it. Me and my club, we've been okay with it for the betterment of the breed, but we understand with time and more support, things will get better. So if we want to continue to have shows, we need to support the next guy. That's why I'm willing to travel and go support all of these other clubs, because at the end of the day, I would like our club to get supported, and I understand that without support, these shows are going to diminish.
Right. Great show. Thank you, Javier Noriega. That's another brother that I talked to offline. He sharpens me with his, so
absolutely.
The support as me playing the media for breeders.
Yeah.
I need that. I got to be sharp.
And I'll say one last thing, man. When it comes down to your dogs, man, I don't care if you're doing IGP. I don't care if you're doing shuts, and I don't care if you're doing personal protection shows. Man, whatever you do, man, just do something with your dogs. Help them reach their full potential. Allow them to be dogs, man. I say it all the time. Rotties can do anything. Allow them to go be great.
Right.
Allow them to go be great.
Right. Hey, man,
it's only going to be better for you as the breeder.
That's right. That's right. Marcus, salute to you, brother. Hey, guys, You're looking at your future. Get behind them. Get behind them. Arkansas, especially in the South, worldwide, we're looking at the future. Let's stop the bullshit. Let's go. It is what it is. If you're not going to help them, get out the way. Shut the fuck up. Anthony, thank you for coming back, bro. I really appreciate you.
Man, thank you for reaching out, allowing me to be on this platform and just do my part to try to help move our breed in the right direction.
Yes, sir.
Because at the end of the day, that's all we need to do is just it don't matter if we're taking inches or taking full steps. Like, let's just go in the right direction.
I'm with it.
And if anybody that breeds Rotties or want to look into breeding Rotties, please reach out to me if you have any questions or concerns. If I don't have the answer, I'll go find it for you.
That's what's up. All right. Thank you. We out. Give your dog the best start possible. We offer proven tools, products, and supplements backed by our real-world experience and our passion for healthy dogs.
Step into the realm of canine wisdom with our podcast, NWA Connie Corsos, where we interview dog men and women from around the globe. Discover their talents and insights on breeding, training, nutrition, and the rich history of dogs. Tune in to the most underrated yet influential dog podcast on social media. Your journey into the dog world starts here.